everyone. I would like to start this session on high school session. This is going to be our last but not least session in this room. And we're going to be having two high school students, two schools, having a presentation today. I'm Lisa Hiraga. I'm going to be your moderator today. I'm part of the Global Shapers Community Yokohama Hub. I'm happy to be your host. So to begin with, the first half is going to be from the Sakuragaoka High School. They have been working with the sisterhood school in Germany called Schule am Lied School. They have been doing some projects around exchange culture and environment. So they're going to be sharing their presentation around that project. And the second half is going to be by the Yokohama International High School. They've been doing projects around the fair trade, so they're going to be sharing that later on. So to begin with, I would like to welcome Miss Yokohama from Sakuragaoka High School. Please.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Thank you for visiting this convention. And I am very happy to be here. And also, I am very proud of introducing my students here. We have 17 students. Okay. Sakuragaoka High School has a sister school in Germany. And we just had 15 students from Germany last week. So they spent school life with us. We had a lot of experience. They joined our class, homeroom. We had a party together. We went karaoke together, something like that. It was really nice, probably. Then our students are going to talk about such experience today. Okay, our exchange program, maybe we have 3 goals of our international programs. One is omotenashi mind. Have you ever heard of it? Yeah, welcoming people, very important, right? So they experienced how to welcome people, even though they have no common language. It is possible, of course. And also, to be a global citizen, okay, what is it? They've learned, probably, how to do it. And also, this is the most important thing. They see people from other countries, which means they know themselves. So they learned about Japan through seeing German people. That was very precious experience, I guess. So this is our international program, and students are going to share that experience today here. Okay. Second, we had a workshop with German students. The topic was environment and nature. We had 3 groups: group sky, group land, and group water, and human. Okay. We have 3 groups, and how we human beings can live together with nature. They had a discussion about it, how to do it, what should we do. The title was Nature We Want to Leave Behind 100 Years From Now. Okay, this is also students' big topic today of this presentation. Okay. Then, finally, a student is going to give her report about eco-friendly life and action plan. She finds something about Japan and Germany. So please listen up. That is a good presentation. Okay, so enjoy our students' presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Yokoyama. Thank you. So we would like to have the first presenter ready. Can you guys come up here and get ready? And meanwhile, I would like to introduce, I forgot to introduce, Miss Misato will be our commentator today. So after each presentation, Misato is going to be giving us comments. Okay, over to you.
Hello everyone,
I'm Shinnosuke Kanekawa.
and I'm Rina Takano.
Today, we would like to talk about our experience with German exchange student from Shule and Reed High School at our school, Sakuragaoka High School. First, we'll talk about our exchange programs. Second, things we learned through the interacting. From November 4th to 20th, we hosted exchange students from German high school and conducted various exchange programs.
For example, at the welcome party held on Monday, a representative student from Sakuragaoka High School spoke words of welcome in German to the exchange students. In return, the exchange students introduced themselves in Japanese. The way both parties showed respect for each other's cultures and conveyed messages in each other's native languages was really wonderful. Afterwards, all the students sang "It's a Small World" in Japanese for the exchange students.
We attended math and PE classes together with them. Also, they learned Japanese cultures such as calligraphy and tea ceremony. After that, we practiced chorus together. To sing Japanese song, we prepared song lyric in Romaji. But it seems difficult for them to sing in Japanese, but we enjoyed it. Furthermore, we had discussions about nature in each other's country. The German student introduced us unique animals and plants such as hedgehog and tulips. We introduced them to the wildlife in Yakushima Island and the current situation of decreasing forest worker in Japan. We also discussed solutions to environmental problems. We conclude that reducing plastic waste, using electric cars, and increasing plant growth were necessary for solving problems like marine and air pollution.
We also had many interactions outside of our school activities. For instance, we went to karaoke, bowling, and so on. We can build wonderful friendships with each other. We have learned something from exchange students. That is, if you make an effort to convey your thoughts and feelings to others, you will be able to communicate with each other. We also learned that we need to have the courage to speak to people whose native language is different from ours. We want to use of these wonderful experiences to be active in the international community. That's all. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So I guess the next groups are going to be ready.
Hello everyone, I'm Koharu.
I'm Hiromi. I'm Yuna.
We are going to talk about sky problems in Japan and Germany. With Jen, I'd like to explain about autumn in Japan. Usual autumn in Japan, you can see the beautiful maple leaves. Also, it rains a lot in this season and feel cool. The average of temperature is about 80 Celsius. It feels good. But this autumn is much hotter than usual. The temperature reaches 30 Celsius in October. It's hot like summer, isn't it? This causes health problems such as heat stroke. Also, heavy rain has increased, so damage caused by heavy rains is increasing.
Then I talk about Germany. When you hear the word Germany, what do you think of? Many people think that it's an environmentally advanced country. I think so too. German people are very environmentally conscious because they educate children about environment. Also, they separate the waste to recycle it. However, Germany surprisingly has environmental problems. Abnormal weather often occurs in Germany. Please look at these pictures. In July 2021, people will suffer from great flood. The clean river water turned into a muddy stream and destroyed buildings. Causes of the flood is mainly two reasons. First, the average annual rainfall increases. Second, the frequency and intensity of heavy rain increases. The rainfall that fell during the 3 days at disaster is as large as the monthly one in July. This is an unusual situation, isn't it? Do you know Rhine River? It's famous river in the world, but there are droughts in this river. That's because extreme heat continues and have reached 40 degrees in summer. In addition, drought can cause wildfires and affect agriculture. In this way, abnormal weather will damage Earth and many lives were lost due to natural disasters such as floods and droughts. German students say, we need to better warning systems, evacuation drills, and hard building regulations like Japan. They also said, we have beautiful nature such as roses, ginkgos, and maple leaves.
Like this, there is beautiful culture and beautiful landscapes, but these are lost. Why is this happening? In fact, the cause is global warming. Because of global warming, warm span is increasing. Also, spring and autumn has been short. Because of global warming, water vapor in air is increasing, so precipitation is increasing too. This is source of sediment disaster. If these situations persist, our culture will be lost. But we want to protect our precious culture. To maintain our cultures, what should we do?
Hello, I'm Sana.
And I'm Saki.
Now we are going to talk about solutions. First, German solution. Second, Japanese solution. And third, the things we can do nearby. In Germany, they refrain from using airplanes because airplanes emit a lot of carbon dioxide. So some people use sleeper trains. They take more time than airplanes, but it's eco-friendly. By the way, the German students told us that there is a national commuter pass in Germany. It is much cheaper than usual. For example, a city commuter pass costs 60,000 yen a month, but a national commuter pass costs 8,000 yen a month. It's so cheap. Why is it so cheap? It is because this pass is supported by national tax.
Please look at these graphs. There is a proportion of Germany power generation. The amount of wind energy is increasing, and the Germany government supports wind energy. In 2023, the percentage of nuclear power is decreased by 10%. Do you know why this happened? This is because, first, soaring energy price with the Russia-Ukraine crisis. Second, global warming. Third, fading memories of the nuclear power accident. In Japan, we have to reduce some power generation because it emits a lot of harmful substances. So we need to increase the use of renewable energy, such as solar power and wind power generation. Also, it's important to use electric cars instead of using cars that go gasoline. The thing we can do nearby is avoid producing garbage as much as possible. Take care to save energy and buy food made locally. We think it's important for everyone to take action in their daily lives. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. So for the next presentation, please get ready.
Hello, I'm Miyuki and
Hello, I'm Rinta.
we are Team Land. First, we Japanese students and German students introduced nature in our own countries, Japan and Germany. And then we discussed what we should do to protect the earth. Japan and Germany both have beautiful nature and also both have some problems of natural environment.
Hedgehogs are familiar animals in Germany. They are small and cute. Wolves are also living in Germany, but due to hunting, the number of the wolves is decreasing. Germany is known as a country rich in forest resources. Norway spruce is called Deutsch-Tohi in Japan.
And Japan has a plenty of woods too. We introduced exchange students Yakushima. This island is famous for this tree, Jomonsugi. And there are a lot of animals such as Yakushima monkeys and Yakushima deers. But natural forests decrease as Japan develops, even though plants absorb CO2 and emit O2. So, what should we do to protect the nature? What can we do?
Three opinions were expressed in our group. First, grow trees. Second, use electric cars. Third, stop littering. First, grow trees. As we just said, plants absorb CO2. Growing tree is an effective way to reduce CO2.
and we have to reduce CO2 emission. Using electric cars is better than using gasoline engine cars. Third, stop littering. Littering is the easiest way to pollute the earth because trash like plastic bottles won't be broken down easily. I declare I won't litter anymore. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. I guess the last one is the water. Team water. Yes, the stage is yours.
Hello, I'm Fuka.
I'm Jin.
We talked about environmental problems in the sea and the solution, the beautiful nature of my country. First, we mainly discussed ocean pollution. By carrying garbage such as plastic products, the sea gets dirty, and garbage are hard to break down and remain in the sea. Actually, a lot of garbage is floating in the sea near my house. So of course, don't return garbage. We should take home it I put out. Second, it's about temperature rise. The cause of this is increasing carbon dioxide emissions. Not only burning a lot of fossil fuel and deforestation, but also using home appliances for a long time will increase it. For example, Okinawa is famous for beautiful blue sea, but now the coral die and turns white because the water temperature is too high. Also, red tide is occurring and the blue sea turns red. At this rate, it has a negative impact on fishing and so on. Therefore, we should save electricity.
Third, it's about beautiful nature in Japan and Germany. Introduction. Firefly were used as an example as a beautiful nature in Japan. I heard firefly lives near the river, away from the residential area. But it seems that they also live in Hodogaya Park, near our high school. Then, the German river, called the Main River, has a very beautiful night view. So it is favorite place for international students. Fourth, the result of discussion. We should not put out garbage in nature to solve environmental problem and protect beautiful nature. For example, we have to take home the garbage we put out and use things for a long time, so as not to throw out it. Plus, it is good to save electricity. I think we need to keep these small minds in order to coexist with nature. Finally, after interacting with international students, this time I felt that we have to insist on our opinions even more. There are a lot of students who can speak English well and can insist on. So we should practice incorporate in English, communication in English. So it is good way incorporate communication practice in English in class. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, Group Water. Then I guess next one is going to be the one to conclude.
Hello, my name is Karin Uchumi. Thank you for giving me a chance to talk. Today, I would like to talk about eco-friendly behaviors. When you talk about eco-friendly behaviors, you will come up with idea of not using disposable chopstick or carrying around water bottle. They are good. I had a discussion about environmental issue with a German student. This is my first experience to talk about environmental issue with foreign peoples. Before the discussion, I searched for environmental initiatives that are doing both in Japan and in Germany, and compared them with these. From that process, I found eco-friendly behaviors around me. On the contrary, I found a situation that has to change. I found eco-friendly behaviors that I had not noticed before, but I was actually doing. I think you also do that naturally. Look inside your bag or your pocket. Do you have handkerchief? Eco-friendly behavior I found is handkerchief. I found out that using handkerchief is derived from Tenugei culture and is practiced independently in Japan. Foreign girls use a paper towel after using their hands. If we use a paper towel not using handkerchief, we will waste energy and paper resources. This is good eco-friendly behavior. Let's bring your handkerchief with you. I could find Japan's good attempt. On the other hand, I realized our awareness of environmental issue is less. Eco-friendly behavior I was used to do is bringing an eco bag or separate garbage. I think many Japanese also do that as eco-friendly behaviors. But through comparing Japan's life and German life, I found it is only natural that do such action in Germany. That is not something special. And Germans have a high awareness of recycling, like bottles are separated by colors, and live their lifestyle reducing waste, like unnecessary things are put in front of their house and whoever wants to use can use that. They live their lifestyle sustainable, many times more than our life. Of course, German has a situation that has to change. But through learning German sustainable living, I could review my lifestyle and found idea improving my eco-friendly behaviors. As described, through international exchange, I was able to think of my eco-friendly behaviors and Japan's effort to save the environment from an international perspective. I was glad to find what we did was good for the environment, but I could feel our awareness of environmental issues is less compared to foreign countries, and that I have a responsibility to save the future of German students who I discussed with. No matter what efforts German makes for environment, if Japanese don't make action for the environment, the impact of environmental issue will affect Germans. This is not good. We have only one Earth, so we have to protect the environment to save the future of people here and on the other side in the world. From the experience of my international exchange, I had searched for eco-friendly behaviors that are done in various countries. I found the most eco-friendly behavior that I think of. If we do this, I believe that our society will be better for the environment. That's it. To know and talk about environmental problems with people around you. That is not special, but without that, nothing starts and change. Everyone here
probably have a high awareness of environmental issue. How about people who are not here? Will they do something for the environment without getting aware the reality of environmental problems? I often go to convenience store with my friend. Many of my friends refuse plastic bag. It is good eco-friendly behavior. But do they refuse by thinking about environment? I don't think so. I think they refuse because plastic bags are charged. Of course, reducing plastic bag is good. But can we say this is real eco-friendly behaviors? Are action done by thinking about money without thinking environment are real eco-friendly behaviors? I don't think so. If we knew the reality of environment problems, many people would be worried and want to protect the earth. But many Japanese don't have enough knowledge about environmental issues. So we have to know about environment problems. And knowing environment problems lead to eco-friendly behaviors. For example, let's talk about the plastic bag. When you know plastic waste is a problem around the world, and if waste continues at this pace, the amount of plastic waste in the ocean will be increased. So we will not be able to eat fish in the future. If you refuse plastic bag from this learning process, it could be said this is real eco-friendly behavior. And people who have gone through this learning process will not use plastic straw because there is no difference between plastic bag and plastic straw except for paid or free. And they cause the same environmental problems. We cannot find a reason for not reducing them. But how about people who don't know we have to reduce the amount of plastic waste? They are supposed to use plastic straw because it is free. That's why I think learning what causes environment problems leads to eco-friendly behaviors. And if you notice the present situation of environmental problems and take action, please speak about it to people around you. There are many people who know environmental problems but don't take actions. If you talk about your action, people who hear your story will change their actions. Actually, my friend, I thought about my speech to told me, since I heard your speech about eco-friendly behaviors, I bring my bottle instead PET bottle now. Like this, if you talk about environment problems and eco-friendly behaviors that you do, other people will be inspired to change their actions. And if this kind of trend spreads, big power to protect the environment will be generated. If I do eco-friendly behavior just by myself, it has a little effect on society. But if eco-friendly behavior spreads among many people, we can make good movement and influence on society. And have more widespread eco-friendly behaviors, consumer behavior has changed. We would have an influence on company and government. If consumers don't need a plastic bag, the store don't have to prepare plastic bag. So we can reduce the amount of plastic waste and oil used to produce plastic. Our small action will produce the power that changes our society. So we should not propose action like, let's bring your bottle. We have to know about environment problems and talk about eco-friendly behaviors. If we have enough knowledge about environmental problems, concrete eco-friendly behavior will spread widely and continue for a long time. The causes of environment problems are found in everyday life. Reviewing your everyday life,
lead to solving environmental problems. Do you know food waste from home is a big problem? We waste a large amount of energy and tax to burn food waste. We can solve environment problems if we change our awareness. Through international exchange with German students, I learned a lot about environmental problems and discussed what we can do to save the environment. I was inspired by foreigners. I made discoveries. Many people are satisfied with the current situation, staying in a small world. But if you have a global perspective, you can find new ideas and come up with power to carry out your ideas. When talking with foreigners, I realized I have less awareness of environmental issues than foreigners. What I did for the environment was commonplace overseas. I also realized we have to change the mass consumption society from international exchange. We have to know environmental issues from a global perspective. That will allow you to review your lifestyle and do eco-friendly behaviors. Do you think eco-friendly behavior is hassle and cost money? That's not true. If you research properly, you will know it saved money, and you have to do something the best you can. We should know and talk about environment problems. We cannot solve environment problems without changing our awareness. Therefore, knowing and talking about environment problems is most effective eco-friendly behaviors. So I am speaking. Thank you for listening to my speech. I hope your awareness will change. Thank you.
Thank you, students from Sakuragaoka High School, for sharing insights that you learned from the German schools. So, on to you, Ms. Nakagawa, for your comments.
Thank you very much for kindly introducing me as a commentator. I would like to switch the language to Japanese upon your request. それでは日本語の方でリクエストがございましたので確実にコメントをさせていただきたいと思います。まず皆さん大変素晴らしいプレゼンテーションありがとうございました。ちょっとお一つお伺いしてみたいなと思ったんですけれども、今プレゼンの方が We have a power to change the worldで終わったので、ぜひ聞きたいと思ったのが、自分の力で社会とか国を変えられると思っている方は手を挙げていただけますか？はい、ありがとうございます。半分ぐらい、半分はちょっと、あとはちょっと悩んでるのとちょっと上げなかったかなという感じですね。ご存知かもしれませんが、18歳の国際調査で日本でこの質問を聞くと、日本が最下位で手を挙げる人が少ないという結果が出ますね。なので日本は国際的に見て比較をしてしまうと、割と世界とか社会を変えられる人がいると思ってないという結果が出てるんですけれども、皆さん今半分ぐらいを挙げたので、ちょっとここの空気は違いつつもまだ自信がない人がいるんだなっていうのが今私が思ったことでした。私はコメントをさせていただくときは、これがプレゼントだと思っているので、率直にコメントをさせていただきたいと思います。皆さん、本当にプレゼン大変わかりやすかったです。すごくいいなと思ったのが、個別のアクションがすごくシンプルに入ってたことだと思います。やっぱりこの環境問題とか大きい問題に私たちが取り組むとき、平和の問題もそうだと思うんですけども、あまりに大きすぎてどこから手をつけていいかわからないところを、皆さんは結構ポイントごとに解説されてやっていたので、じゃあ私たちは知った No で、私たちはそれを話し出す Talk で、その後インフルエンスを広げる、つまりここアクションの部分だと思うんですが、そこがすごくきれいに明確になっていたかなと思います。ドイツとの交流の話から自分たちの国に立ち返った視点も、やはり今ローカルからナショナルへ、ナショナルからグローバルへっていう考え方が、みんながグローバルシティズンになる上で当たり前になっていることかなと思いましたので、その思考が今の年齢でできているというのは、すごくやっぱり若い世代というのが私たちの世代とは違うんだなと思いました。すごく未来に希望が持てました。その上でちょっと聞いてみたいと思ったのは、 90年代にですね、こういうスピーチをした人がいたんですね。If you don't fix it, don't break it. 直せないものを壊すのはやめてくださいと。皆さん、グレタさんわかりますか？グレタさんわかりますよね。で、グレタさんが出てきた時に、わあ、すごいって社会がなったんですよ。でも、多分知ってる人は、90年代にセバン鈴木さんという方が、環境のリオのサミットで、グレタさんのようなスピーチをしてたんですね。環境問題で、直せないものを大人が壊すのはやめてくださいと、彼女は言ったんです。でも、90年代から今の時代になって、まだそれをやってる。皆さんが今提案をしてくださって、それは本当に素晴らしいことですが、みんなやらなかったのはなぜでしょう？みんなやらないかもしれないのはなぜでしょう？そこを考えると面白いんじゃないかなと思います。特に空とか海とか土地はつながっていますが、みんなが本当に共有をしているんだっていう認識があるのか、そこを結構世界で考えるといいんじゃないかなと思っています。あとはもう一つ私の方から皆さんに送れることとしては、私はなぜここでコメントをさせてもらっているかというと、世界には2つ大きなユースのコミュニティがグローバルであります。ワンヤングワールドと呼ばれるものと、グローバルシェイパーズコミュニティと呼ばれる、地域からプロジェクトを起こして、それをグローバルでみんなで頑張っていこうよというコミュニティです。私はその2つに所属をしていたので、いろんな国のプロジェクトを見ていたんですが、結構みんなが話していて大事だなと思ったのが、皆さんは自分の特権について認識をされていますでしょうか？高校に行けて、英語が喋れる、わかる。会議に来れる。でも、世界にはそういう人々ばかりではないですね。明日からエレクトリシティをセーブしよう。じゃあ、マイボトルを持ってこようと思った時に、それが特権でできる人、つまり買える人はできますが、それができない人もいる。じゃあそういう人たちとどういうふうに社会を作っていこうか。自分たちと異なる階層にいる人たちにどうアプローチをしていくのかっていうところをこれから考えられると一緒にいい社会が作っていけるんじゃないかなと思っています。というのも私が全然まだそれができていないので一緒に作っていきたいなと思います。本当は皆さんに質問も投げかけたかったんですが、私が大人の悪いところですね、喋りすぎましたので、ここら辺にさせていただいて、ぜひ皆さんこれからも希望にあふれた社会をいいマインドセットで持っていっていただければと思います。ご清聴ありがとうございました。
Thank you, Ms. Nakagawa. Next, we want to move on for Yokohama Senior International High School students. The stage is yours.
Presentation. Okay. So hello. We are Wise Fair Trade Project. We are from Yokohama Senior High School of International Studies. It is a great pleasure to be here. So in this presentation, we would like to share what we have been doing throughout this Fair Trade project. But first, please let us introduce ourselves. My name is Uta.
Kokona.
Sota. Yosei. Ryota.
So this presentation will be made by us. So before moving on to our presentation, I would like to give one question that I would like you guys to keep in mind, which is, what could students do to make the society better? This question has been one of the greatest questions that we have been holding, so please keep it in mind.
Actually, we're IB students. Then I think they can be aware about this question. So I explain about IB. The IB program is focused on that students have to have the elements about a global leader in international education. For example, we use critical thinking in discussion every day. So this experience connects to come up with the last page's question. And in the IB, like outside, running outside of school, it's called class. the cast is pick up the head of the word. C is creativity, A is activity, S is service. Then YFP includes the service because the service is like volunteering or contributing other people. So YFP is the service.
So throughout the learnings of the IB, we were able to get one solution for this question. So we thought that fair trade will be one of the solutions to make the society better. So moving on.
So what is fair trade? YFP is Wise Fair Trade Project, and this project is established by a group of students interested in social contributions, and started in the winter of our first year of high school. And the purpose of this project is to expand the awareness of fair trade and to be awarded in the high school category of Fair Trade Japan organization.
So from now on, let me introduce about the activity until now and some discoveries. In September 2022, we sold chocolate in our school festival. And in January 2023, we studied about fair trade through online interview. And in the same month, we sold fair trade products at Zonohana Park. Zonohana Park is near from here. It takes about 20 minutes by walk from here. And in the April, we taught fair trade to elementary school students through role-playing or quizzes. And finally, in April 13th, we hold the event called Hajimemashite no Dosokai. And actually, the first 3 events was an unilateral approach. So we try to make the event Hajimemashite no Dosokai to construct mutually profitable relationship between us and participants. So like today, we would like to share about Hajimemashite no Dosokai and our thoughts on the significance of our activities.
Okay, from now we will talk about Hajimemashite no Dosokai, the events that we held April 30th at Taisei Porch Front in detail. This event has 2 main contents. First one is cafe that chai, coffee, and chocolate were sold, and they were all fair trade products. And another one is a fair trade workshop. After the talk show by Miss Ushijima working at Shisamu Kobo, participants and we discussed rhetorical questions about fair trade that we prepared. Let me talk about the thoughts behind the name of the event because it is connected to the policy of Hajimemashite no Dosokai. Hajimemashite no Dosokai means nice to meet you reunion in English. Dosokai is the Japanese culture of meeting to get together with old friends, and it makes fun by talking about each other. And the name of events include the Dosokai because we wanted to make the events where the participants and we can discuss casually about the fair trade and enjoy that discussing. We will now discuss about 2 key points of our events. First one is workshop. As Kokona said, until Hajimemashite no Dosokai, the fair trade products have been sold by us. However, even though visitors temporarily bought the fair trade product, we couldn't feel the increasing of their initiative toward fair trade. We thought the problem is unilateral approach. That means just selling and telling about fair trade product from us to participants. So we decided to do workshop that include talk show and discussing. As I said, participants and we discussed rhetorical questions about fair trade. These are examples. And for example, what is the purpose of working to solve the SDGs? What other fair trade product would you like to see? And so on. Through discussing, we made the environment where participants can actively consider about fair trade and make mutually beneficial relationship between participants and us. And this is a picture at the workshop.
Yes, the previous picture was about workshop, and this picture is all about cafe. So the second key points are all about cafe. So even during the serving, we talked a lot with like friendly atmosphere. And in the cafe, we served coffee from Peru, chai from India and Sri Lanka, and chocolate from Dominican Republic, Philippines, and some other countries. And also, we prepared 4 flavors for chocolate: milk, bitter, raspberry, and white and almond. So there are 3 features of cafe. First is the products that can be a trigger of communication. Because we want to emphasize the communication with participants and us, so we try to prepare 2 types of fair trade products. The first one is the classic products. For example, coffee and chocolate. Maybe most of you all have image like to chocolate and coffee as a fair trade product. On the other hand, for the chai, it was very novel product for us. And as a fact, though all of these products become a trigger of having some conversation with the participants. And the second feature is sense of fun. As I mentioned, we prepared 4 chocolates, 4 flavors of the chocolate, and asked participants to choose 3 flavors from out of 4. So participants could enjoy the choosing the flavors, and also it contribute to like make the fair trade more friendly topic to them. And the third features of cafe is fair trade tree. We asked participants to write their thoughts or opinions in a piece of paper, and we try to make the big tree. And through this one, we can share the individual opinions, and also we could visualize the achievement. So finally, the cafe was designed to encourage action on the part of participants so that mutual relationship could be established.
Okay, so throughout these detailed features, we were able to make the Fair Trade project a success. But what made us to a success? We consider this as utilizing our environment. How the workshop and the Fair Trade Cafe succeeded was from utilizing being a high schooler student and also cooperating with several of the communities in Yokohama. So, for example, we had made an Instagram account to promote what we did throughout the Fair Trade project. Since maybe most of you guys use it, but Instagram is one of the apps that is very common or popular in our daily lives. So this Instagram account was very useful to promote our activities. And also, we have been cooperating with several of the organizations in Yokohama too. For example, we got a support from Yokohama Designers Labo, which has supported us to make the Fair Trade Cafe. Also, we were able to get connections with Yokokashi, a YouTube channel which promotes Yokohama throughout the YouTube Live. So throughout this learning, we were able to learn the importance of connecting with many people. Since we are high schooler students, we don't have much of a social experience. So connecting with communities from Yokohama was the knowledge that could not be acquired only through studying. So this was very significant.
So as you know, in Yokohama, there are a lot of people who have motivate for urban developing. Also, there are many opportunities to learn or tackle with urban developing. The word global citizen are people who actively trying to make a contribution to global community. From this, many of citizens in Yokohama could be called as global citizen. This is true not only in Yokohama, but in other cities as well, but that high school students have more power and attractiveness that only high school students possess, which means high school students are in highly chance to express something about global issues, also have impact for the society. There are countless communities in Yokohama that works on a variety of global issues, not just fair trade. So we who are in Yokohama could touch with global issue anytime. In conclusion, it is mottainai not to use well-regulated environment. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much. Now I would like to hand it over to Ms. Nakagawa for the comments.
Thank you very much once again. It was amazing presentation. Of course, the previous presentation was amazing as well, but you did such a great job. So I will speak English this time because of the request as well. So I have four commenting point. First of all, it was very great for you to have a structural presentation. You kicked off the presentation by introducing, you used the critical thinking framework. To be honest, I think many adults cannot use critical thinking as well. So thank you for introducing how you reach the conclusion. It's a critical part. And second comment is that it was very interesting, catchy about your ideas from the naming to the structures that you put in the project, such as you wanted to foster the communication. That's why you prepared many kinds of products, as well as having a tree to interact with the people. So I think this attractiveness will be a very good strategy of sales and marketing. So thank you very much. And the workshop example proves that the previous example, talk, but now you're taking actions. You are on that stage. And something I like, this is my first comment, is you brought your power as a young generation. So I mentioned this as a previous session as well, but right now more than 50% of the population in the world are under 30 years old. That means you are the decision makers. You can do anything. So you know that. So that's kind of encouragement for all of us as well. So if I am allowed for one small question to you, I just want to ask, what kind of future do you want to see in terms of the fair trade? Because critical thinking is good, but sometimes it limits you in the box because you focus on challenges and issues. So what kind of future would you like to see in the fair trade? Anyone? One answer from any of you.
Okay. I think that one of the problems or the tasks that the fair trade has is that the connections between the consumers and the producers are kind of vague. So we don't, before getting to know this fair trade problem, I did not even know that fair trade was even existing. So I guess that one of the problems that even Japan has is that maybe the young generation should promote fair trade even more, so that the connections between the consumers and the producers the connections will be more stronger.
Wonderful. Yes, exactly. That's something I think my generation, previous generation, failed to do so. So I dearly support your action. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
With that said, this is my end of the comment. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Now we would like to end this session. This was the last session in this venue, the upstairs studio. So thank you everyone for coming. And again, please give a round of applause to all these presentators today.